Hello everyone, so today is Wednesday and we are one day away from the Jackson Hole Symposium, I would say meeting, okay? So that will be drive a bit of volatility. So it starts on Thursday at the USA. For those who have not been into the webinar yesterday, the Jackson Hole Symposium is basically a central bank meeting, okay? So very few selected people, around 120 to 200 people go to this event, and they give a lot of speech about global economy in general. Of course, there comes the ECB, the BOE, the BOC, the RBA, the RBNZ, all of those big, people on the chairman of it as a bank, as a central banker, and they go there and they discuss whether what is happening and how these things will go. So this will be happening from tomorrow on Thursday onwards until Saturday. Now, a few other things that are happening into the market is we're still waiting for more, I would say, more decisive actually movements from Zelensky and Trump on whether they're going to actually stop the Russia and Ukraine war, or if it's going to happen something with that onwards, okay? Because as they say, they don't want a ceasefire. They want to actually end the war right on that. And for this, Trump and Zelensky, they've come across an agreement that Trump would buy the drones once that becomes to be an exporter again, and then Zelensky would use $90 billion or something from USA. It's great deal because USA has a big problem for years and years and years and years and thousands, I would say hundreds of years now, is that they have how do I say twin? Because they have a problem called the twin supply and demand effect. That basically is the USA is actually sending more money out than is actually getting in. So this is a problem, and that affects directly the US dollar because there's less demand for the US dollar. There's only bigger demand. There's only spikes on demand when there's a risk off scenario into the market where the market actually buys US dollar to protect itself from the chaotic scenario that probably will be happening into the market on that time, okay? So there's a problem with the USA. So I don't know if Trump doing that sort of deals that he's trying to do with countries will help that twin supply demand effect. Anything will help that, to be honest. Anyways, now moving ahead, yesterday we had the core CPI and the CPI for the Canada. So the core CPI for Canada, the actual came in at 2.6% from the previous of 2.7. We didn't have a consensus. So the core CPI month over month, that was the year over year. Now the month over month came in below the consensus. The consensus was at 0.4% from previously 0.1%, and it came up to be same as previous, so 0.1% the actual. So it shows to me there's no change into inflation from a month to month into Canada, but the CPI came in a little bit higher, so 0.3% from match with the consensus, but previously was 0.1%. So previously it was 0.1 that was matching the core CPI, and now it's higher than the core CPI, but the core CPI is still matching the previous. Hope that makes sense. Now, what are the trades we can most likely catch the attention on this, catch the opportunity on this market? Well, I still believe, as I say, the volatility will come tomorrow on Thursday onwards until Saturday, and then most likely next week, of course. This is where majority of the big moves will be happening, okay? Because think with me, if you have a possibility of shorting the US dollar, you want to short into higher prices, right? US dollar right now, as I'm speaking, is trading at 98,380. So from those who have been into the webinar yesterday, I've mentioned about the possibility of coming to 98,500. So it's really close to that. It's 130 cents away. So most likely we're probably going to get there. And this is a good opportunity for looking to long euro dollar. So any dips on euro dollar, any dips on the pound against the US dollar, any dips on any upwards actually moves on US dollar, Japanese yen, it's always good to be looking to short US dollar. Okay, so I still very bearish on US dollar. I still believe that US dollar can come down to the 97 level. It's a possible target in my opinion, and that can happen anytime. You know, any speech that can happen on tomorrow onwards until next week can possibly bring a very bearish momentum for the US dollar. So stay focused, stay ahead, because you know, it is bringing quite a lot of volatility coming from tomorrow onwards. Now, for those who are not yet into the Telegram, don't forget to go into the description and join the Telegram group, and also subscribe to the channel and share this content with your friends if your friends are a little bit lost on, you know, what can possibly happen and what is going on with the market. Send this video to them. I hope that is helpful for everyone. Now, the webinar today will be from 4 to 5 p.m. and I will be Sydney time, of course, and I will be marking my trades live, looking for high reward and low risk setups with everyone into the call. Thank you so much, and I see you on Friday, because tomorrow I won't be here. See you guys, have a great rest of your week, and chat to you just this afternoon or in the next video on Friday. Bye bye.